Hello, this is Carson, and in this video I will be covering the basics of the Cura slicer from Ultimaker. Like using other slicers, you will need to know the basics of 3D printing, such as how to import .stl and other modeling files. To start the tutorial, double-click the icon to open the program. If this is your first time opening it after downloading the program, you will be greeted by a user agreement screen followed up with information on what 3D printer you are using so it can apply the recommended settings to your print. Next, you will choose the file that you want to upload to the slicing software. The slicing software is what converts the file created in a modeling software into a G-code file that the 3D printer can accept. Cura can accept .stl, .3mf, or .obj formatted files. You can open a file by clicking the Open icon at the top. You can change the view of the model by clicking on the 5 different icons in the bottom left. This allows you to see what your model will look like from each view of your printer bed. Next, you can adjust the model by using the little taskbar on the far left of the screen. First, start by selecting the model. The first icon allows you to change the location of the model on the print bed. This is helpful when you're printing multiple items at one time. You can also adjust the model by just dragging it around on the print bed. The second icon allows for you to adjust the scaling on the model. You can click and drag the blue colored squares on the screen or use the percentage text boxes to adjust it. It is recommended to keep the uniform scaling box checked to make sure that the prints turn out proportional. The third icon allows for you to rotate the model along the X, Y, and Z axis. Just select the corresponding color and you will be able to turn the model. The fourth icon allows for you to do 180-degree flips along each of the 3 axes. The fifth icon allows for you to print the model as a support, modify overlap settings, and don't overlap supports. The sixth icon allows you to select areas where you do not want the support to be built up. Since Cura has recommended print settings already installed for most of the popular printers, it makes it easy to switch between printers that you are using. At the top of the screen, click the drop-down menu for the printer. Select the printer you are using if it isn't already selected. Right next to the printer in the same toolbar, click on the filament type and nozzle size. Here you can choose which type or types of plastic that you will be printing. Right under the icon, you can choose the nozzle type. These are usually pre-selected and saved from your previous prints. Next, click on the last tab in the toolbar to bring up your printer settings. From here, you can choose different profiles. Infill is also another important tab. This determines the inner strength of the model. There are also options to adjust the support and adhesion of the models. Most of these settings will already be defaulted for you. Lastly, you can click on the Custom tab where you are allowed to tweak every setting that the printer has. Next, to preview the model, click the Preview button at the very top. This changes the toolbar. In the same toolbar, you can now see the layer views and the X-ray views. These views benefit more experienced 3D printers. From here, you will hit the Slice button. This button converts your loaded model into G-code, which allows the 3D printer to understand the shape that you want it to print. You also want to save it to a flash drive so you can then plug it into your printer. After you save the slice onto your flash drive, you are safe to remove it and start your print. This concludes the tutorial of Cura Slicer by Ultimaker.